that come to your principle and your party?
Well, it is very exciting. It is a confirmation to what I've always told you, that P2B is the only option. And this was the conclusion that Babachiri Lawal reached. That after deliberations, they came to the inevitable conclusion that the only option was Obidati presidential ticket, because it represented the equity, justice, and fairness, which is the foundation that the competence, character, and capacity of these two gentlemen will be built on. You know, the reason why at least Atiku Abubakar was feeding them with ethnic jingoism, Northerners should support the North, when they have not even seen any benefit that their Northern Muslim brothers have been governing them. Whereas Tinubu has caused the greatest disaffection and division amongst them on religious line. P2B went to the North and offered them immediate, decisive, and long-lasting security. P2B offered them that farmers will go back to the farm and that the North will be turned to the next oil and gold. P2B offered them that there will be a Marshall Plan for education that will make the federal government to intervene in collaboration with the state government and international community to ensure that in the North you have free access, easy access, and affordable access to education that will transform North from being the region that has the greatest out-of-school children from school to becoming a wonderful section that is education compliant. P2B offered them that there would be an incentivization of the resuscitation of the cotton and textile industry, which has been moribund, and that the value chain, cattle value chain, they will be obtaining their $1 billion share out of the $75 billion in 2025. P2B offered them expansion of the infrastructure, solar energy, wasting in the North, etc. But above all, P2B assured them of adequate representation and equitable appointment in all sectors of the economy. Equitable appointment meaning the Muslims and the Christians will be adequately represented in his government, because he is coming in under the foundation of equity, justice, and fairness.
I mean, you're a lawyer, so you understand the chapter 2 of the Constitution, where it talks about the values and the ethos that brought this nation together, and those who feel religion and ethnicity has been used as tool to divide this country and its politics for far too long. How does it make you feel as a person, knowing full well that these two tools again had reared its head in our politics just as the election is coming?
Oh yes, that is the sad point of it. Initiated by Atiku Abubakar and Bola Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar could not even allow a tweet that was written for him, like every other thing is written for him and Bola Tinubu, including their manifestos, which they do not even know the content. He could not even allow the tweet that condemned the burning alive of a young Northern Christian lady, Deborah Samuel, just because of religious bigotry. How do you expect these people to support you? Bola Tinubu came out publicly to say, no Northern Christian has the capability, the competence, the capacity to be his deputy. What an insult. They have balkanized this nation into ethnic and religious division.
So you do not support anybody using those tools?
I resigned from APC. Basically, the immediate cause was the Muslim ticket in a nation that has more than 100 million Christians.
But what about...
how do you...
Just a moment. Your candidate has been going to churches.
Yes.
And those who have criticized here say, look, this is what we're talking about. Those who are using the churchy and the mosque and the ethnic tools and those kind of tools to impress the people. Should we use those kind of tools anyways in our politics?
My candidate is not using any tool. He's a Christian. He goes to churches. Dati Baba Ahmed is a Muslim. He goes to mosques. We are everywhere. Who will go to the church in APC? That is the whole idea of participation, involvement, giving people sense of belonging.
Should you be using the church platforms to preach for your party or your candidacy?
No.
That's the question.
You go to your church. And that when he goes to church,
I'm asking
he goes to
the
worship
question,
God.
I mean, because
Yes.
Equity, I mean, you have
Absolutely.
explained that tonight, and you don't think that ethnicity and religion should be brought into our politics. But the question is that your candidate is seen going to churches also. Should we be using these religious platforms at all for any form of politicking?
Well, you're missing the point. Democracy is a representative government. Christians should be represented. Muslims should be represented in accordance with our constitution, that you don't leave anybody behind. P2B goes to church to worship God, does not go to church to campaign for politics. Just like Dati Ahmed goes to mosque to worship God. And that is the beauty of participation. So everybody should be actively integrated according to the constitution of Nigeria. So in politics, it's about representation. Then going to church is about worshiping God. In APC, nobody will go to church. In the presidency, to worship God, unfortunately. And it's unacceptable to Nigeria. The Nigerian constitution, the Nigerian people. And the Northern Christians are rightly rejecting that ticket. And not just the Northern Christians, even the Northern Muslims. Because in Islam, the worship of God, there are 4 reasons for the writing of the Quran, but I'll just take one, which is the promulgation of the worship of God and the essentials of justice. In Islam, it is not allowed that you should denigrate or destroy the integrity of any religion or any party. In any multinational, multi-religious society, Islam welcomes justice. No true Muslim will support APC Muslim ticket. And you can quote me on that.
Let's look at what this means. If you can summarize what the endorsement for the APC was said. Look, Babachilawa and his friends, politically speaking, in fact, they've criticized that some of them are not even capable of winning their local government for the party in any ways. They've used the party platform for their own gains. So they really, according to them, they said they don't care to respond to the agitation of the Babachilawa and his friends who are agitated about the same faith ticket.
Good. Now, you know what? I heard one spokesperson of APC sitting down here denigrating the Secretary General of Northern Elders Forum, that they do not even have up to 10% of the Northern support. In Labour Party, P2B wants to carry everybody along. We need that 10% because we don't want to leave anybody behind. Let